Well, it's getting cold out. It was about 38 degrees last night. It's warming up pretty good today, but it's time to get a project done that I've been meaning to for a while now. It's an absolute beautiful day out. Little bumblebee still on there. It's kind of late in the year for those. About 44 or 45 inches, 24 by about 20, 21. I think that one will be perfect. Coyote is grunting to the girls over there. They walked off from him and he doesn't like it. So he's grunting at them, telling them to come back. What are you guys grunting for, huh? Don't like the activity? One more to go. One more, and this one is going to be the hardest one. I'm not going to be able to lift this one up, so I'm hoping I can get the chain around that lip and just drag it. That works. You know when they say you got your work cut out for you? I think this is the definition of that. I think the jacket is coming off. I've been thinking about trying something. All the other YouTubers are doing it. And I think I might see if this works because this is a big job. So let's give it a shot. Ready? 1, 2. Well, that was weird. Well, I guess I'd say one thing. It works fast, but man, sore all over. Not too bad. I think that's gonna work. So here's how this is gonna work. I've got one of my largest tractor tires. We've got it about flush with the ground. It's a little higher than the ground, but I think that's going to work. And then we have, it's basically a backhoe tire on the other side. And that is probably the smallest diameter, but the deepest. So I picked these two because this is going to act like a reservoir. And then I'm going to have 4 of these 1-inch tubes, or 1 4-inch tube. It's going to go from underneath here, and it's going to come up on the other side to that one. These are going to get concreted in the center, and then this one is going to have a float valve on it, and then that one is not. That one will basically be connected by gravity feed, and the level of the water in that one will be identical to the level in the water in this one. The reason for doing all this is my theory. I've built a couple different frost resistant or frost proof buffalo water systems before. I haven't done anything like this before, but there are similar designs like this in concrete form. So I'm just doing this in basically rubber tire form. The herd is coming up here to check things out and inspect the work. Hopefully it's satisfactory. So I left the sidewalls on, and that was for a reason. So this tire here is going to have a float valve in it, and then I'm going to cover the top of it with a sheet of plywood, and then I'm going to insulate the top of it. Probably not with dirt because it'll crush down. I'll probably put like some sort of foam insulation and build that up on that. And then this one is just going to stay just like it is. And I left the sidewalls on it because I want the surface area as small as possible, so that when the wind comes over and it gets really, really cold, it doesn't take and freeze the top of that down. Hopefully this one will lower fairly quickly, and then it will feed in from this one, which is hopefully warm water, and then this will be supplied by warm water also. So theoretically, this should be probably freeze resistant, probably not freeze proof. We got some really cold temperatures this last winter, and it was down to like 13 below one day, and it probably stayed below 0 for somewhere around a week. I don't expect this to sustain that, but the normal temperatures that we get, which is like, you know, every once in a while down to 0. Typically our nights are in like the 20s, and then during the day it goes up to like 30 or 40 degrees. That's typical winter for us in this area, and I expect that it should be fine for that. If you can hear White Feather over there, she's grunting at the rest of them, telling them to wait up. Kind of cool when you hear them in the evening like that grunting. What do you think, guys? Did I do a good job? What do you think, girl? They have started eating on the hay there, as you can see. They've kind of muddied up the corral pretty good. I think that I might feed them on the outside of the corral, maybe on the next bale. We'll see, but I definitely want to feed them cubes inside this corral to get them used to being able to be comfortable in it, and then that way whenever we work them, I can call them into the corral without any problems. They're both grunting. That's White Feather in the back and Little River in the front, both grunting at each other. Black Feather over here, she has gotten a lot more friendly. She used to be really standoffish when we got her, and she's been actually coming over to the fence and checking things out a heck of a lot more than she used to. So that's really, really cool to see. Can't eat the camera, girl. I'll bite my finger off. I think my hand's probably salty from all the sweat. Well, we're gonna come back to this. We're running out of daytime right now. So what we have left to do is basically concrete the bottom. Well, put the valves in first, and then the hoses to there, concrete the bottom, and then just supply it with water and we'll be good to go. I'll probably come back and insulate the top of this later, not in too big of a hurry because we've got another month, if not longer, before it starts getting really cold. I had to quit there and get some other things done. But so now we need to plumb this thing, and then we need to get concrete in it. So let's go ahead and start plumbing and see if we can get that float valve and everything set up, and then the basically the 4 tubes that I'm going to run from there to the other tank set up also. That way they transfer. Well, of course, I got some of the wrong parts here. These clamps were supposed to be a little bit larger. I thought they would fit around this 1-inch irrigation pipe, but they don't quite go around it. So we're gonna run the hardware store and get a few more, and hopefully I don't need anything else, and we can finish this project up with everything that I have. All right, I think we got everything we need. Let's see if we can get this together finally. Got a shorty one of these. I had a little bit longer tube that I had hooked onto this, and I think I want to try to get it lower to the ground. So I picked up one of these, got some smaller clamps. You're actually, I've got these clamps that will clamp onto this irrigation pipe here. This is actually not the best way to do this. I've done it before, so I know it works. I know other people have done it, but you really can't get a good tight squeeze on this this way. The other way to do it is there's actually a special clamp that clamps onto this, and then you have to have a special crimper that clamps onto that too. I don't have that, so we're gonna go ahead and use this. The other reason I think we'll be all right is all this is actually gonna be seated in concrete, so we shouldn't have any leaks, hopefully. Cross our fingers. It's a little chilly out, so it actually helps to heat this pipe up a little bit and get a little bit more pliable and expand it, and that way these fittings will fit on it a lot better. Nice and snug. That should be a pretty good tight seal. Now we just need to clamp it. And there's one fitting, all clamped up, good to go. These will actually hold water without these clamps on them, especially when you heat them up and it cools down like that and shrinks to it. They're just so snug on there, but these clamps will definitely help. Now that we've been feeding hay up at the top of the hill, the bison have been hanging out kind of exclusively in this area. There's not a whole lot of green grass that's been growing, so they really haven't been roaming other than going down to the front to get water. And this is actually soon going to change that. So this might be their hangout for the next 4 or 5 months, who knows. So we've got this actually done in here. So all we need to do is we need to run some pipes across here and then start concrete. Okay, everything is set and ready to go. We've got these 4 pipes here that go over to the other side. We've got 4 coming out on the other side. I've got them propped up with a shovel here and then another piece of metal there. After I get the concrete on there, I will shave that off flat. Basically, this is now 4 inches of pipe from there to there. The reason we do that is so that this is basically the holding tank, keeps the water warm, and then it transfers over to there. The theory is that the connected water between here and here will actually stay below freezing. So I've got most of the float fittings in here, just some of the parts that I don't need while I concrete. So I think we're gonna try that snap finger thing again. I know it made me really tired when we dug this, but I wanna get this done quick. So ready? 1, 2, 3. Whoa, cool. That's nice. It's got blue tape on there and everything to cover up the hose. Well, I don't feel quite as tired as I did last time. I don't know how my jacket came off though. So now we play the waiting game. Once that sets up, I'll be able to cut those pipes off there, and then we will be able to put the float valve on and fill it up with water. Be awesome. Hopefully by the next couple days. So that'll be great. Well, while we wait for this to set up, we can fill around the edges with dirt. I want to kind of mound this edge around this tire up a little bit, and then around the other one, fill in those gaps. And then we need to go and get another hay bale to the buffalo. They went through the one that I gave them a week or two ago. So let's get this done. All right, I think I'm gonna call it a day there. We got a lot done. Got the water system ready to go, and we just need to fill it up with water and be ready for the winter. We gotta trench the line, obviously, but that's gonna be in the next week or so. We'll see you next time. I decided to finish this up tonight. Got the float valve on and our float, new float valve system. Gonna try this out. Think they like the hay.